Is there not a glut of five-star hotels in London, or is there really a big enough global elite clientele that can afford to pay $800 a night?
Firstly, good morning and thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. I think in answer to your question, absolutely not. I think the demand for London right now is very robust. We've seen an increase in luxury supply in the ultra-luxury sector, if you wish, which is over 126% since 2010.
Wow.
And we've been able to maintain very robust occupancies in excess of 80% throughout the period. So I think the demand is strong, the supply growth is equally strong, but there is a desire to be in London. If you look at the visitor arrivals, it's 17 million people. It's a very vibrant place to be right now.
So who are these clients that are coming in? We went into the segment saying 40% of your business is North American travelers.
Yes.
Where else in the world are they coming from? And is it tourists or is it the business traveler?
I'll answer your last question first. We have a slightly higher percentage of business travelers to leisure guests. So it's probably about 60% to 40%. London is one of those cities that has demand for both. You know, like cities like Paris, other cities like that can drive high occupancies. We've worked over the past 7 or 8 years to have a very diversified geographic base. So 88% of our business comes from 4 areas, principally. North America is our strongest market, and we've, one thing you have to understand is in our business model, the loyalty spans generations. So we have 60% of our business from North America, which is repeat business. So you're not responding to short-term movements or things in the market. You're just building it over time.
One of the most visible, 2 of the most visible groups of extremely wealthy people in London, really all over Europe, are Russians and Arabs. Is it tough right now? Because obviously Russia has its problems and is sort of pulling its wealthy people back or cutting off their funds. The Arab world is fueled, of course, by oil money, which is becoming more difficult to come by, or at least it's getting cheaper and cheaper, the oil that they're selling.
No, I think that comes back to my earlier point in terms of if you don't depend on one market solely and you broaden it, people need to travel, people need to be in London, they need to be there either on business or they need to be there because a lot of travel now into Europe starts in London and now it's even finishing in London. I was having conversations about that recently. So for as long as you do not take the easy way forward and you focus on sort of long term and you look at building loyalty, if there's a movement in one market, you can compensate for it with another. But as I said, demand remains strong. The average length of stay has moved up slightly from 2.5 to 2.6 nights.
Okay. What about extended stay? Further to Matt's question about the Arab market, there's this phenomenon in London where you get a ton of wealthy Middle Eastern clients who literally come to London to spend the summer there. How big a portion of your business is that?
It's not a large part of our business. As I said, again, it's all about balance. And I think the trends are changing over time. People are coming and staying sort of for less, for shorter visits and coming more often.
Yeah.
Something which has changed over the past, I would say, 2 or 3 years in particular, is that we're only booking 50% of our business in the month for the month. So you're seeing increasingly shorter lead times.
More last minute.
Yes, it's very, so it's more frequent. So long-term stays are less the case, and more frequent trips.
The dollar maybe has something to do with that, because the dollar has gotten so strong.
Yeah,
right? I mean, I was shocked that you can get a room for only $800 at Claridge's. It seems like a great deal to me.
That's true. That is actually less than I thought. So, are you losing sleep over Airbnb? Do you think you're losing business to them?
No, I stay focused on one thing every day, and that's having people want to decide of their own accord to come back to our hotels.
But is Airbnb a threat to five-star hotels?
As I don't know enough. It's still early. It's early days to see, but right now it's not something which is a threat to us.
Unless the royal family is putting their places on Airbnb, I can't see how it would compare with Claridge's.
There's some very nice places. We're not actually officially allowed to take a discount, not that you offered one, but we still very much appreciate your coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I've enjoyed it.
The CEO of Maybourne Group there.